We're going to explain how to resolve the import error, cannot import name iterator from collections error in Python. This error typically arises because the iterator class isn't directly available within the collections module in modern Python versions. The collections module offers other useful data structures, but not a dedicated iterator class in the way you might expect. The correct way to handle iterators depends on what you're trying to achieve. Here's a breakdown. 1. Understanding iterators. In Python, an iterator is an object that allows traversal through all the elements of a collection, like a list or tuple, sequentially. You don't directly import an iterator class to create one. Instead, you create iterators using various methods. 2. Using iter. The built-in iter setLeiter function is the primary way to get an iterator from any iterable object, something you can loop through. For example, myIterator equals iter myList creates an iterator myIterator from the list myList. You can then use nextMyIterator to retrieve the next item in the sequence. 3. Iterator protocols. Objects become iterators by implementing two special methods. IterGetDesigned, which returns the iterator object itself, and shotNext, which returns the next item or raises stop iteration when finished. You can create your own custom iterator classes by implementing these methods. 4. Iterable versus iterator. It's important to understand the distinction. An iterable is anything you can loop through, e.g., lists, tuples, strings. An iterator is the object that's actually doing the traversal, created from an iterable using iter. 5. Example. Let's say you have code that was written for an older version of Python and tries to do something like from collections import iterator. This will fail in modern Python. Instead, if you need to check if something is an iterator, use isInstance, myObject collections, abc.iterator. Notice the use of collections.abc. This submodule provides abstract base classes for various collection types, including iterator. 6. Correcting the code. If your code explicitly uses from collections import iterator, replace it with the appropriate iterator creation method iter. For type checking, import collections abc to iterator. Remember, you don't import and instantiate iterator directly. You create iterators from iterables. 7. Common mistakes. A frequent error is to confuse iterables with iterators. Trying to directly use a list, an iterable, where an iterator is needed will lead to problems. Always use iter to get the iterator from the iterable before using it in iterator-specific functions or contexts. By understanding the proper way to work with iterators in Python and utilizing the iter function and collections abc.iterator for type checking, you can easily fix the import error and write efficient, correct code. Always remember that iter is your primary tool for creating iterators.